Hello, guys. I'm Timothy Earle, joined here with Nicholas Earle, and welcome back to another edition of Earles versus Girls, Week 13 NFL picks. And Nick, you know what? I think it's just gonna be me versus you, and then we'll let the girls settle it between each other for first place. Nick, let's battle for third. At this point, that's where we're gonna roll. It has not been good. Me and you both had 2 and 3 weeks, and the girls just keep piling on us, both having 4 and 1 weeks. So if you want to know who to back and who to not back, the girls are absolutely freaking killing it this year. I'll give them props. But with that being said, I need to get to one game under 500 this week. So I'll go over mine and Destiny's picks. Nick, you'll go over you and Sydney, and we'll go from there. We'll start with the first place person to start it off. Off the rip, Colts minus 2.5, which I'm against. I'll talk about it in a minute. That one just seems like a weird game to me, Nick. Texans minus the 4.5. I understand that coming off the loss, although I have seen the line drop to 3.5. So I don't know about that one. Vikings, I feel like I would want to lean the opposite way with that one, but who am I to go up against her? Rams minus the 2.5 against the Saints. Makes sense. The Saints have just been really not good. And then, of course, her Baltimore Ravens. I don't blame her. She actually has money on this one. So, so that's something that she did bet. Although I think she bet them at plus 120 at minus 4.5. So I think she took an alternative spread on it to get a little bit more money, which is interesting. I remember her placing that one because she got bonus money on something. But taking the Ravens minus the 3 in the contest. Over to me, I'm going and taking the Commanders off the rip minus the 6. They are coming off of 3 straight losses, but they were to Pittsburgh, I believe it's Philly, and now and Dallas, which Dallas has looked a little bit better as of late. But if there's going to be a team for them to bounce back against, it's the Titans. So I do like that spot. Speaking about comebacks, I am on the Chargers against the Dirty Birds. Chargers coming off of a ugly Monday night game versus the Ravens. I think they bounce back in this one. Like I said, when she has the Colts, well, I'm going against her in this one. So I'm on the New England Patriots plus the 2.5. Grab a little bit of home dogs. I think the Patriots win this game. And I think it's just an ugly, ugly game. But sometimes I love taking those ugly dogs. Give me the Patriots. I'm going to continue fading my pathetic piece of crap team. I'm taking the Seahawks against the Jets. Keep fading the Jets. The Jets are awful. They're 3-8 against the spread. And then on Sunday Night Football, I think the Bills put up 30-38 on the Niners. I think they go absolutely ballistic. I'm taking minus 7 with the Bills. I'm also on the over in that game, but I just mostly think it's going to be because the Bills just continue to pile it on them. So Bills minus the 7. Nick?
Yeah, that sounds like a Bills team total over. We'll start with Sydney. Colts minus 2.5 as well. Both the girls like the Colts and the Texans next week. So that's kind of interesting there. I will talk about the Texans game in a second. As you guys might notice right below it, I'm on the opposite side. She's on the Seahawks as well. As you, Tim, fading those Jets. I don't know. The more and more I watch this Jets team, the more fraudulent they are. And I feel this very similarly with the Seattle Seahawks. I think Seahawks are fraudulent as well. She's also on the Bills. So she got the same plays as you for a couple, which when you're up as much as she is, she can do that. And then the Broncos as well, minus 5.5 for Monday Night Football there. For me, I'm on the Steelers. In no way, shape, or form should the Bengals be laying points in this game. And if I fell for a trap, I fell for a trap. But I feel like every single week feels like, it's a trap. It's a trap with the Steelers, and all they keep doing is winning and covering. So, especially as a dog, I want the Steelers as a favorite. A dog, I don't want them as a favorite. Give me the +3 at the Steelers here. We'll move on. Jacksonville Jaguars plus 4.5. As you mentioned, there's 4s and 3.5s out there now. I do think this is a good spot for the Jaguars. They're off of a bye week. And I'm not a believer in this Texans team, especially as a favorite. So I'll fade them there. Cardinals plus 3.5. I like this Cardinals team. They had I believe it was a poor game for them last week it was against Seahawks. Just a struggle game from that. I think it's a nice bounce back for them to at least keep it within a field goal against the Vikings. Yeah, I'm on the Panthers. I like what I've seen from this Carolina team the last few weeks. Granted, they were in Germany against the Giants, but then what they did against the Chiefs, I thought was pretty impressive. And I look for them to step up against a divisional opponent, and I hope they win this game outright. I still need 3 more wins from them for that over win total. And then I'm finishing it off with the Ravens minus the 3 in this spot. The line's gone from 2.5 to 3. I saw close to 70% of the tickets and cash is on the Eagles, and yet this line's moving against them. A little bit of a public dog there in Philadelphia, so I'll go ahead. I'll lay the points there with the Baltimore Ravens to close it out.
There you go. That is this week's version of Earles versus Girls. Nick, we got to make this more competitive, make it more fun. The girls are running away with this one. Hopefully it's a little bit closer coming next week. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and good night.